Well, I'm Tim Russ from Fayuz, the singer. We've got Nick there, the bass player. There he is.
Yeah, switch to me. I'm Nick. I play bass. Yeah. I also play bass. Fake news.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
My absolute pleasure. So we're here today to talk about your new album, Take Me Away, which you'll be releasing on March the 16th. So it's only not far away now at all, guys. So you're getting more excited the closer release date comes?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This has been a massive work in progress, and it's just so good to see that it's finally only a couple of days away from getting to show the world.
Yeah, but so what sorts of things run through your mind getting this close? Like, do you just get anxious? Do you get excited? Do you get nervous? Do you just go, well, fuck it, there's not much I can do? Like, what sort of thing?
It definitely is a bit of fuck it, there's not much we can do. But no, it's bloody exciting to say the least. Obviously, just like I said, it's been a big work in progress. We've all worked so hard on this, and it's through a lot of hands to get to sound the way we want it. So we're really stoked to finally be able to see what people think and get some feedback.
Yeah, cool. So tell us a bit more about Take Me Away from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
Well, I guess you go. Yeah. You go, Tim.
Yeah, well, as far as the music goes, I mean, Nick, you're probably a much better person to talk about that. I'm more the lyrics and the structure of the vocals, but there's definitely just been so much hard work. Like Nick and Darren and Mick and Nat, they all put in so much effort just to really get this one over the line. We got Nat in a studio, and he just belted things hard, so you can really hear the hard hits in this one. But yeah, it's just been nothing but a hard slog, so it's good to see it finally coming to light.
And you've released the singles Nothing Town and Rise and Fall, so would you say overall they're a good sonic representation of what to expect from the album?
I think we might have tricked a few people with that, actually, because they're probably the two, no, I want to say softer songs, are not exactly that, but the other two hit hard, you know, they're fast, punk songs. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of both there, you know, like, and we always like to change it up in that way. So we don't like to write the same song over and over again for the whole album. So yeah, try and made it a good follow up from obviously Everyday Warrior. You know, we had such a good response on that one, and it was such a great album. We couldn't set the bar any lower. You know, we don't even want to set the bar the same. You got to set it higher. So it was it was hard to do. So that's why we just went with 4 songs. You know, we weren't quite ready to do another full length album just yet, but maybe we are soon.
Cool. And Nothing Town in particular has had a bit heavier edge than past songs you've released, mate. So is that featured more on Take Me Away?
There's definitely some really driving songs. Well, being a 4-track, we've got 2 out there now already. They're both a bit driven, but I think oh, sorry, we've got a cat.
Cat.
Yes. That happens. Yeah, I think Nothing Town's real that it starts slow and really kind of cruises in, but when it gets to that chorus, that's where it kind of, I think, catches people. Don't really see that it's going to go that direction. So it's definitely got the drive, but yeah, I think like I said, the other 2 songs that people haven't heard yet really are going to be quite surprising, because they've got a real bit of kick and drive and some really driven solos in them as well.
I suppose, like, I've only just really thought of this one, but like with an EP like this that's only got the 4 songs on it, like, I suppose in a way you could use it as more of an experiment with your sound, you know, because it's like you don't have to go over a whole album, you know, you've got 4 songs, so you can have a bit of a trial and error and see what works for you, what doesn't, with a view to moving forward in the future.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think definitely being able to sort of keep an eye on things online. Through Spotify, we get to keep an eye on who's listening, how many people are listening. So we get all the stats back instantly. So it's really good to sort of keep tabs on which songs are doing better, and then in the future go that direction. But in all honesty, it's the songs do really have a bit of a natural vibe to them as well. Like sometimes it'll just come out. Mick will come to band practice and he'll just start playing a riff, and we're like, "What's that?" And he just shrugs his shoulders. He's like, "I don't know." And we're like, "Well, that's going to be a song."
Just getting him to play it again the same next time.
That's the problem. Absolutely, yeah.
And the press release makes a statement that says they ain't just punk kids anymore. Would you agree with that?
Punk kids.
What do you reckon, Nick?
Punk kids at heart, maybe, but yeah, no, that's punk's such a broad genre, and I think we can step the line into rock, and step the line into metal, and play punk shows. We've got that sort of broad base in our music where it's not strictly one genre or one type. We've definitely got harder songs, definitely got slower songs. It's melodic. It's you can sing along to it, follow along. It's got good hooks and catches. And so yeah, look, it's nothing wrong with just being a punk kid. That's for sure. I've been a punk kid my whole life.
Who wants to grow up anyway? So Fake News started back in 2017, mate. So which bands were your main inspiration and influence back then?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, with all the members of the band, we've all got a lot of the same influences, but we all do stray off in our own directions a bit too. So I mean, some of the obvious ones are Strung Out, Lagwagon, NoFX, Pulley, just all the big obvious ones. So but yeah, like I said, I could go on for 20 minutes talking about the influence we have.
So the thing with punk is, like, it's no disrespect to the genre at all, but it's a very, very similar sounding genre across no matter what band it is. So when you're starting as a band, like, how do you decide how much influence to pull, and like where the line is between imitation and inspiration?
That's a great question, actually, because this is often a conversation we do have with each other, because, I mean, we could sound exactly like a band that we love, or we could totally change our direction, but we tend to, it's really hard to explain, but a lot of it is just natural. Like, we just kind of, the boys write tunes, they do their part. You can hear a lot of heavy influence of those bands that I mentioned in the music, but then when I put the vocals in, it tends to take a little bit of a different turn. So it really, we don't like to sort of pinpoint ourselves down to the punk genre. I mean, we're all massive punks at heart. That's where it all begun, and they're our roots for sure. But we're happy to just be called sort of whatever, just as long as people are liking the music.
Yeah, cool. Within your first year of being a band, you'd shared stages with bands like Good Riddance, No Fun at All, Bodyjar, and 28 Days, to name a few. So it must have been pretty surreal, mate, like just coming into the scene and getting all that sort of attention.
Oh, absolutely. When you grow up listening to these bands, and, from the age of sort of 13, 14 plus, like just idolizing these bands with a Discman in the bedroom, just listening to it, just pumping. And then you get to meet these people in person, shake their hand and be like, "Man, you changed my life." And then they turn around and go, "Mate, your band's awesome. We love you." And it's just to hear that from them, it absolutely blows your mind. You take a step back and you're like, wow, like we're doing what we love, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So looking back now, mate, like, how did playing shows with bands like that help as your career progressed?
Well, yeah, going down that influence road, definitely seeing different bands and what they do, how they act on stage, the music they're playing, just definitely, really, really influences you to go a certain direction with what you do. So, it's awesome. Just kind of following in their footsteps, but also kind of, now we have people listening to us going, "Wow, you guys are awesome," and we're starting to grow that fan base.
It's wicked. And you've got an EP launch party coming up at Mo's Desert Clubhouse on May the 5th. So tell us about that.
Yep. So we've got Friends with the Enemy, and I have a mind blank. Sorry. I'm terrible with band names at the best of the time, but yeah, we've got a couple of bands anyway, and us for the headline. So it's going to be an awesome show. Like that, both bands had a really good listen to them. I mean, Friends with the Enemy, we're good friends with those guys, and they are not the enemy of us. But they're awesome. They put on an awesome show. They're great guys. And yeah, the other band that I've been listening to them quite a bit, they've just got like an awesome sort of old school root punk style. Yeah. So it's just been awesome sort of getting involved with them. We do have a flyer on the Facebook page, so forgive me for forgetting the name, but you can definitely find all the information you need on there.
Well, and for those who might not be familiar with fake news, mate, tell us about a typical live show and what people can expect if they come along.
Well, it's just high energy. The boys run around the stage. Mick just doesn't stop jumping. It's literally like he's got springs in his shoes. Nick, he will just get out in the crowd and just walk amongst it, depending on the size of the crowd. He'll either walk through or maybe jump on top of the crowd. But it is just super high energy. We all like to bring the energy, but we all do try and stay as composed as we can to get that high quality sound. So that's pretty much us in a nutshell.
Sweet as. All right, Tim. Well, thanks very much for your time today, mate. Take Me Away is out on March the 16th. The show is at Mo's Desert Clubhouse on May the 5th, and she's a cracker from what I've heard, mate. So I'll be coming along on May the 5th, and we'll see if you bounce as much as you say you do.
That's it, man. We'll be looking forward to seeing you there.
Too easy, brother. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Take it easy. Have a good one.